What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for yet another Tottenham update, and we're going to start off with the confirmed news that Ashley Phillips has gone on loan to Stoke City from now until the end of the season, which is a fairly good move for him. Obviously, it's a bit of a step up than what he had with Plymouth last year, battling from relegation, and yeah, with all our best wishes are with him, and let's hope he smashes it out there.
Yeah, and he was one of the players that we said had to leave if we were going to make room for signings, because he doesn't make the B list in Europe, so he qualifies as part of the squad. So it was always going to be, it was always likely he was going to leave. Unfortunately, he had a decent pre-season, so it would be nice, for him to got some chances in the first team this season, maybe in Europa League. But it'll be good for his development. More minutes in the Championship. Obviously, he did really well for Plymouth last season in the Championship. I always associate Stoke, obviously, with the Stoke I remember in the Premier League from like 12 years ago, whatever, how long ago it was, when a physical side, Tony Pulis, headers, a lot of headers from the centre backs, long throws, all that kind of stuff. I don't honestly know if they're still that team, but I'm sure.
You're saying Rory Delap still doesn't play for them?
Yeah, I know that, but I don't know if they're a defensive team anymore, or if they've kind of changed their philosophy or whatnot. So I don't know what kind of football they play in this day and age, but I know it's a bigger club than Plymouth, and hopefully the more minutes is going to help him develop, and he comes back next year, he'll probably be 20 years old, will he? And maybe he'll be actually ready to contribute to the first team and take over if Ben Davies is staying here now, which looks likely. Maybe he'll be a fourth choice centre-back maybe next season. Yeah,
I kind of felt like if it wasn't for this issue that we've got with the squad at the moment, he might have stuck around, because there is a spot for him at the moment if we weren't running out of these club train numbers and squad numbers, where you've got Kuti, you've got Radu, and you've got Mickey, and I feel like he would have made a really good fourth choice there. But I think it's mainly because of the numbers with all the situation going on that he's not sticking around.
Potentially, but he's also a young centre back who needs minutes and needs to develop, and so I can understand the temptation to to get him a good Championship loan and allow him just to get minutes and really develop as a defender, and I think that's going to be important for him.
I guess it's not surprising, because we always thought he might go to the Championship, but after a really successful loan spell at the Championship last year with Plymouth, do you think he could have got potentially a lower down Premier League loan this year?
I don't know, because if you're a Premier League team near the bottom, you want experience. That's like the main thing you want in a centre-back. You can't really risk just developing a team above you, 19-year-old centre-back, when you're trying to stay in the Premier League. That's why you look at all the centre-backs down there. Most of them are very, they're going to have a lot of experience. They're going to be a lot older. So I'm not that surprised. I think a champion, you got to remember he's 19. He's only really played Championship football, so it's not that surprising, to be honest.
Jack Clarke looks like to be heading to Ipswich Town, and Spurs have a 25% sell-on clause in the deal, and the deal is rumoured to be around £20 million, which will leave Spurs with £5 million.
Good move for him, Jack Clarke, in the Premier League. I was reading some opinions from some Sunderland fans about this deal, and they said they reckon he's the best winger in the Championship. That's how highly they rate him. And you cast your mind back to that summer now, or that year of 2019, 2020, and you probably say Jack Clarke's probably the best player to come out of that window. Unbelievable. He's probably the only player who's going to make us a bit of money as well, which is incredible. So look, I wish him all the best of luck. Sometimes maybe it's a lesson, could have been a bit more patient with him instead of rushing him out the door when he had maybe an unsuccessful, because he had an unsuccessful loan spell at Leeds, didn't he? Didn't really do well.
Went back to Leeds, yeah.
Went back to Leeds.
But he was very young then,
very
young.
And then he didn't really get any opportunity at Tottenham. Whenever he did get on the pitch, he didn't impress. I was one criticising him, saying, he didn't look very good. But he got a permanent move. Who did he go to before Sunderland? Did we send him to Sunderland, or we sold him somewhere before?
I believe I think there was somewhere before, but I can't remember who it was.
I can't remember who. I think he went somewhere, did well, then signed for Sunderland, and has become one of the best wingers in the Championship. And now he's still fairly young. He's got Premier League teams after him. He's scoring goals. And look, if he does well in the Premier League, we might be thinking about what could have been if we were just a bit more patient with him.
Next up, let's talk about Manor Solomon. As Fabrizio Romano says, Manor still expected to leave Spurs in the final days of the transfer window. Solomon has rejected a formal approach from Spanish side Getafe, as his priority is to remain in England.
Not that surprising. If he's got offers from England, he'd rather stay there. And even if it means going to Leeds in the Championship, as I say, I think he could do very well there, and it can help rebuild his confidence. I think the fact of the matter is, if he stays here, he's not going to be in the squad. So I think he knows the writing's on the wall right now. He needs to just get out of the club. He needs to allow himself to rebuild himself after that big injury and get back to his best. And then next year, look, honestly, I'll never say never, because if Werner leaves and he absolutely smashes it out, I'll never rule anything out. But right now, he's not going to get any minutes in, and it's not going to be good for him. So he needs to leave.
Yeah. I really hope he does go away and does really well, get back to full fitness and really smashes it out and comes back to Tottenham and makes an impact. But that is all down to him now. Next up, HITC says that Tottenham were among the clubs that have scouted Lens midfielder Andy Diouf on Thursday. Apparently we sent scouts to their Europa League game or Conference League, I'm not sure which one they're in, to scout Mr. Andy Diouf. I've never heard of him.
Midfielder, apparently another one of these combative, energetic midfielders. Look, we've heard now that it's unlikely Tottenham aren't going to sign any midfielder from now to the end of the window, albeit Ange said there's still some stuff to do. So, I mean, he's probably talking about outgoings, but, you know, he didn't specify. So maybe there might be one or two, well, probably one still to come in. But, yeah, that's probably, I would assume, one for the future, probably. One we're keeping an eye on. We're scouting him, and then if we maybe down the line, maybe even in January, we might look to get him in. But I doubt we'll get him in this window.
And these Vanderson rumours just don't go away. L'Equipe are saying that Tottenham are prepared to offer 25 million to sign Vanderson, a figure that Monaco would find really hard and not be able to turn down. I mean, they just don't give up.
Price has dropped.
They don't give up.
Price has dropped. What was it, 40 million they were saying before, and
Yeah.
now they're saying 25.
They can't give him away.
Maybe we wait another few days. Spurs are going for 20 million deal for Vanderson. Look, as I say, it would be a good signing. He does make. I mean, I can understand why
Can you see it happening?
but
Can't see it
I
happening.
can't see it happening. There's no real reason for us to go. If we, as I've said, if we've committed to keeping Spence, which we have, then there's no reason for him. If we were open to letting Spence go, and you know, we had offers on the table, and then, you know, we need another fullback, then it makes more sense. But Ange's already confirmed Spence is staying. He's going to be part of the team. We're going to give him a go. So there's not really any space for Vanderson right now. So it doesn't really make sense.
And last but not least, Sport claim that Tottenham have joined the race to sign Barcelona defender Andreas Christensen.
I mean, I don't believe that. I like him. A bit slow, so I don't know how he'll be on the high line. Very tall, really good on the ball. I actually really like him on the ball. Can stride into midfield really well. But again, I wouldn't say there's no space, because we could use a centre back, but he's not a left centre back, left back hybrid. He doesn't play that role. He's not left footed, so I don't understand where he fits in. I guess he could play left centre back as a right footer, but I mean, unless we're leaving Davis out, I don't know if it's worth signing. I think he's a good player. I do question whether he fits the system as well, or given his lack of pace.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he would be good maybe in previous systems that we had under Mourinho or under Conte. But now now we've got Ange playing that super high line. I just can't see it working.
Actually, I doubt we're actually interested in him. And we actually need to spend what it's required to get him as well. 20 million, 25 million or whatever. They're looking cheap.
But you know what is with Christensen as well? Like, he has been playing, I think, in midfield a lot for Barcelona. Do you reckon it's something that he could do for us?
I mean, I don't think you sign Christensen to play midfield, even though he's doing that for Barca. I don't think you sign a midfielder. You don't sign a centre back who can play midfield to play midfield. I wouldn't do that.
So I'm not saying starting him week in, week out, but is that a role that he could potentially play in this Spurs team?
Maybe on occasion. I think he's probably good enough passer of the ball to do it. I don't know if he can.
How does he compare to our other midfielders in actual passing?
Probably not as good.
Not as good, do you reckon?
He's good for a centre back, but he's not good for a midfielder. That's how I compare him.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. That is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts regarding all the news stories we've brought to you today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.